We're here today with Baker University head track and field coach Ryan Pitts. Coach, congratulations on your Hart Conference Coach of the Year honor a few weeks back.
Thank you.
What tell us about the indoor season so far? What did the teams meet some of your expectations, and what do you hope to take from this indoor season?
Well, they've definitely met my expectations that I've set for them for this season, coming into this season. My goal was for them to, not so much measure themselves for where they ended the season, but to measure yourself for where you were at this same point the year before. And everyone has hit, personal best this indoor season. I know the majority of the group has hit personal best this indoor season, and they're all just miles ahead of where they were last season. So it's a great position to be in, rolling into outdoor, and just winning a conference championship on the men's side was just icing on the cake.
Now you'll take on the NAIA Indoor National Championships coming up next week. This is a facility you competed in as an athlete.
Yeah.
Tell us, for those of us that haven't been out there, tell us what this facility is like.
It's a huge facility. It's a 200-meter track. I believe it's they play basketball in it as well, but it's a really big facility. It's more of that bubble shaped as opposed to the Spire Center where Indoor Nationals was last season, which is a really nice facility as well. It's where they host the Big Ten championships. I got to be honest, I wish it was still there, but I'm okay still going to East Tennessee State. But the facility over at Tennessee State is great. The 280-meter track, it's a little odd, it's a little different. You kind of have to walk the track and kind of point out, here's this mark, here's that mark. That's something I'll probably do with my race walkers, with Tyler in that 600, the ones who have to run the complete circle, as opposed to someone like Alexandra who's only going to be doing the 60 hurdles, which is a straight no matter where you are. So it's a different type of track that they've run. They've only competed on 200 and 300s this year, so 280 meters is a little bit different. But it's still a great facility, great warm-up area. There's plenty of space, which I enjoy the most. I don't like when it's so compact and, for indoor season when you're trying to run. You got people racing on the track and then competing on the, you got people racing and warming up on the track at the same time, which can get a little annoying, but they have a designated big warm-up area, which is something I enjoy a lot about the facility.
If you could break down for us the athletes that will be competing next week at the national level, and what do you hope to see from them?
For a lot of them, I hope to see them just continue to improve on their mark. Wherever they end up placing, I'll be fine with. But as long as they still continue to be consistent. Alex has gotten better with each hurdle race. She opened up this year, I believe, at about 9:38, which I think was her best last season. And then she's gotten down to 9:19, 9:17, now 9:14 at UCM. So it's just more about keeping the momentum going. Brenda in the race walk, let's see, I can't, forgive me for not knowing for sure, but Brenda was an All-American in the race walk this year. I would just like to see her, I believe she placed 6th last year. I'd like to see her go top 5. Caitlin's in it this year. Caitlin wasn't an All-American last year. I'd like to see Caitlin sneak into the top 9, top 8 as well. Josh Peck competed last well. He was an All-American. So even if he can finish where he was last season or be a little bit better than he was last season, I'm okay with that. He's already thrown personal best in that weight, so I just like to see it keep going. It's all about consistency. We just don't want to go backwards. Now that we're on the big stage, let's just keep moving forward. I think Tyler is really just on a mission right now. I believe he's seated 18th, but I think Tyler, he has the mindset and he works so hard, and I think he can sneak into that top 10, top 9. If he were to be an All-American, that would be great, because he's running with so much confidence and he's just a mentally tough kid. And we've diagnosed what the problem was within his race, and it's what we've worked on this entire week, and I don't see him having an issue with that going into the indoor nationals.
And how about, you'll be entering your first year as a head coach for the outdoor season. How about those other athletes that have been preparing for outdoor? How has that process been?
That process has been great. Just for those who didn't, qualify for nationals, they are still ahead of where they were at this point last season. I was really hoping the men's 4x4 team was able to qualify but we still missed it by, .20, 200ths of a second in order to get in. But they're still 6 seconds faster where they were at this point last year, which means we are on pace to go, to finish really well in the 4x4 of our outdoor season. Back to your last question, I also forgot to mention Tyson Roki, who's going to be in the heptathlon this year, and he's been competing well this year. He had to battle injuries all last season, and with difference in his training this year, he's just in much better shape. Mentally, he could compete and go out there and do what he needed to do, but physically, his body could not handle, the pounding that it was taking because he just wasn't in the best shape. He's in such better shape this year, and he's even admitted to me, like, Coach, there's no way I could have finished some of these workouts you have me doing. There's no way I could have finished them last season. And I think he's been pretty much, injury-free this season because of that. So I'd like to just see Tyson continue to roll and possibly sneak into that top 8. He finished 9th last year, just missed All-American. So I'd like to see him sneak into that top 8, top 6 this year.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Good luck in Tennessee next week.
All right, thanks a lot.